West Virginia. Now, what you do with that opportunity, that's the key. That's the key. And we still have tough games sitting against Louisville. We have to go to Notre Dame, and we go to USF. Every one of those games are incredibly important to us. I don't feel they've asked me about a number. I think you're way off at numbers. I don't care what Lombardi or whatever name the guy is. He has to be Italian, so I'm going to prejudice to his back. Doesn't know very much. But my point being, in all sincerity, that when you can't ask us to play many better people than what we played this year. And the one person that's been at times cognizant, 100% cognizant, of what it's like to start the season off with William and Mary, and then play Duke, and then play Kentucky, and then have to play Texas later on, and then play this Big East. I mean, it's tough. And I think everybody would certainly admit that. But if we, I have no misgivings about what we didn't do. All I care about is what we're doing right now. So there's no look back in life. There's no mulligans. I'm just happy what we're doing now, and we still have a lot of more work to do. I mean, I'm very well cognizant of that.
Jim, what's it like to have, since that Cincinnati game, every game be like a seventh game for you guys?
Well, you know what? It's a great way to put it, Andy, because I think that's exactly what it is. I just told him that if he lets his opportunity go by, he can't. And you can't let it go by without everything you possibly have. And if you come off not fully exhausted, not banged up a little bit, Jerome has about 5 ice things all over his body. He plays that way anyways, but I think a few of the other guys did too. That was an incredibly physical game, as most Big East games are, but we stuck in the fight and made some big plays, and we were able to win the game.
How are you able to win these games now that you weren't a couple of weeks ago?
Well, you remember now, I'm not sure Alex Ariaka was quite as experienced. I'm not sure Jerome thought scoring 20 points might have been more important because he's never in that position before. He had some guys who were, Hoskett on the bus after the Rutgers game, talking to him. We were just talking about the difference between winning and losing. There isn't many, maybe, but I don't know there's many teams in the country that have done as well against Georgetown, Pittsburgh, so games that we could have had. And maybe now by a couple extra passes, by a couple of extra effort, by a little bit more of us than I. And I don't think, I've said this all along, I like these kids, always have. It was breaking my heart that we weren't winning those close games. And now we seem to be able to take control of games a little better, and quite frankly, probably had control of this game most of the time. They certainly are going to come back, and we never could get a big lead on them, but once again, they're one of the top 5 teams in the country.
Jim, you just said that those who know that you don't mind getting your nose dirty.
Mm-hmm.
When you get teed up 13 seconds in, do you think that sends a little reminder to them?
I was ready, suffice to say, I was ready for the game. I was ready for the game, and I shouldn't try to do anything of that nature, but I wanted them to know I was ready for the game, because I knew exactly with Bobby's teams and the way West Virginia's played, it was going to be a street fight, and I just think you have to prepare yourself for a street fight, and I wanted them to see that. They haven't seen as much of that this year. I think that was my second technical foul all year. Now, once again, you take the percentage of games I was out,
You say them, though. Who's them? Them meaning your team, or?
No, I'm sorry, kids?
Yeah,
I don't
say
care.
them.
I have no control of officials. I don't assign them. I don't blow the whistle for them. Certainly, I'm not sure after a while what the foul in the Big East. I have no idea. I complain about it, but I don't know which way they're all going. I just think the league is so darn physical. It's incredible. For good or for bad, if you come through this league, you're probably pretty strong physically and mentally, because you're going to be tested every single night. So them, it's unfortunate that Bobby got thrown, but and I mean that very sincerely. But the most important thing to me is my kids. Always has been, always will be, and that's who I was trying to let them message, trying to get some words. Once again, so I was going to be antsy early. I knew it. I haven't been quite like that recently, but I wanted them to see that. Not frustration in them, but protecting them to some degree. And really, 13 points. Second, there's no real reason to be that protected, but I wanted them to know that I'm there with them.
Do you expect a call from your doctor tomorrow morning?
I'm sorry?
Do you expect a call from your doctor tomorrow morning?
No, I see why. I got a good grade. Nothing true men's work, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just proud of our kids, and now that they've got themselves in a little better position than we were, 9 days ago, we get ready for Louisville. But I just think that